Hello, my name is Cara and welcome to Let's Make a Movie, the show that gives you the tips and tricks to make your very own blockbuster hits. We will look at the history of green screen from its early stages up to the point where you don't even realise it's there and show you how to do it at home. We look at our top 2 filmmaking apps that are downloadable from your smartphone or tablet. Sam, a university film student, joins us to talk about his favourite. We delve into the history of Foley, and Sam will be joining us again to demonstrate how to make your very own Foley sound effects. Finally, we will be speaking to budding young dancer Cassie on her ambitions to become Britain's next big Hollywood star. From flying on broomsticks to floating in outer space, the use of green screen has become a valuable addition to the process of filmmaking, with many filmmakers using it to add special effects and change the background of a shot. Our reporter Tom took a look at the history of green screen from its early development through to the useful tool it is today.
Green screen, or chroma key technology, was known and became favoured many years ago. It was also recognised to be one of the most inventive as well as imaginative techniques of creating effects when it came to filmmaking and photo modifying. One of the first motion pictures that employed the latest and greatest chroma key method was Old Man and the Sea, a film adaptation of Ernest Hemingway's famous novel of the same name. After this film, more and more films employed the green screen in order to have more streamlined visual effects. Many memorable films would not be possible without the green screen. Such pictures include The Matrix, The Lord of the Rings, Trilogy, Jurassic Park, 300, and Men in Black.
Hi, let's go to different locations. Where should I go first? Portugal. Let's go to a football stadium. Let's go to the beach.
We spoke to Zara about her experiences as a student at the University of Portsmouth, working with motion capture and green screens. What is it that inspired you to get into green screen and motion capture technology?
Well, I saw the movie Avatar years ago and I got really intrigued about how they did it. And as I started researching it, I got to know more about motion capture, and that world really fascinated me, and that's why I came to the University of Portsmouth to study computer animation.
Can you tell us about your experiences with green screens?
I used it in first year because we basically recorded my friend in the green screen room, and we wanted to put a different background and environment behind. So we put a forest behind her, and I think basically green screen you can put any different scene that you want.
How are green screens used?
I mean, if you want to do it at home, you can get a green cloth or a curtain from any store, put it in your wall, and just record it with your camera or any camera that you have, and just stick it into Nuke, which is a compositing software, and you have like 10,000 tutorials on how to do that, and it's really, really easy. Like, if I can do it, you can do it.
Thanks, Zara. Back to the studio.
Thanks, Tom. Very interesting use of green screen there. As well as the use of green screens, many young filmmakers have started creating films through apps that are downloadable on your smartphone or tablet. We tried out some of these apps for ourselves so that you can make your very own movies at home.
Editing is an important part of the filmmaking process. Editing turns your footage into a gripping story that your audience will want to follow. But now you don't even need a computer. You can edit films anywhere you want with an app on your smartphone. Today, we'll review 2 free apps that you can use to edit your movies. Firstly, there's iMovie. iMovie is a completely free app that is easy to set up and great for basic editing. It includes features such as transitions, texts, filters, and volume control. It is also easy to export your film and share on social media. iMovie is perfect for basic editing, however it does have limited options if you want to create more sophisticated edits. The next app we'll look at is Filmmaker Pro. This app is also free, however some extra features do cost. It is easy to set up and has many features that you can use to make your videos look slightly more professional, such as being able to time your effects and basic colour grading and light editing. However, many of these features are not free, and if you wish to export your video, it will include a watermark unless you pay a subscription fee.
We are now joined in the studio by Sam, a film production student from Portsmouth, to discuss how easy it is to make your own films using his #1 filmmaking app. Thank you for joining us, Sam.
Thank you very much for
So
having
can you
me.
please tell us about this app?
Yeah, so this app is available on iOS and Android devices, so you can get
Cool.
on your smartphone, or if you've got a iPad or tablet, then
Yeah.
you can get on that. It's accessible, free to download and play it
That's
out
good.
with. But there are some paid subscription versions or some paywalls that you need to pay for to unlock additional features and extra features and effects and stuff like that. But the main key selling point of these apps, or this app in particular, is that it's free and anyone can download it. So you don't need to pay loads of money for a professional computer and software to start editing. You can just do it right there and then, crack on with
Yeah,
it.
that must be a big draw as well, the fact it's so portable.
Definitely. So when you're on set, you've just finished up your shoot, you can straight away start cutting things together, and then you've got something that you can immediately review or show off to your producer or your client.
Yeah. So is that what you would say to your friends or fellow editors to get them to get this app over, using other software?
I think it's not going to overshadow and take over that software, but it's a nice addition if you learn to work together with both of them in conjunction. Like, for instance, the other day I was on a train ride home from work. I'd just done a shoot and I didn't have my laptop, so I could just fiddle around with the cut and get a rough idea as to what I was going for. By the time I got home, review that, be like, brilliant, and then proceed to finish it on my computer.
Well, that's wonderful. So sounds like a fantastic app, and thank you for talking through it with us
Cheers,
and
having
for
me.
joining us in the studio. And we'll see you a little bit later on to discuss Foley some more. Picture and lighting are vital for filmmaking. However, sound is equally as important when it comes to making good films. From wind whistling through the trees to horses galloping, Foley has become another valuable tool in the filmmaking process. We sent Tom to find out more about the history of Foley.
Oh, hi there. I bet you're wondering what Foley sound is. Foley sound, or Foley, is the recreation of sounds that you may hear in films. Now, you would find a Foley artist in a room just like this, surrounded by high-tech equipment, with loads of microphones and lots of buttons as well. After being sent footage, the artist will get to work recreating sounds that match what is seen on the screen. A lot of these sounds are recreated using random objects found around the home. Most of the time, the object has no correlation with the visual on screen. The term Foley comes from a man named Jack Foley. He developed many sound effect techniques, including Foley art, which is still widely used within post-production today. He was born in New York in 1981, but let's cut all the boring stuff. He ended up working for Universal Studios. Yes, I'm sure you've seen this one before. Here is where Foley sound was created, and the rest is history. Let's head back to the studio to see how you at home can create your own sounds.
Let's have a go at making some Foley in the studio. We are joined once again by Sam to demonstrate to you guys how you can make your very own sound effects at home. So thank you for joining us again,
Thanks for having
Sam.
me again.
So this time you're going to be going through some of your favourite Foley techniques.
Yep. So we've got a big selection of different household items that I've just brought in. That's the beauty of Foley. You can just try and make sounds out of anything. So anything you've got at home, there's some kind of sound that you can make, and it could potentially be used in a film.
Yeah, well, some items that are really surprising to me. We first here got a tub of rice.
Yeah, a tub of rice
Yeah?
and a little lid here, just from like a coffee cup or something.
Okay.
Doesn't really need to be a lid, just a bit of plastic or something that's of this kind of hardness. And all we're going to do is we're going to get this rice and we're going to
we've got
touch.
so a man walking in the snow.
So we're going to, every
gonna be
time
his
his footsteps go down, we're going to try and match the sound.
Yeah, that works really well. That sounds good.
Yeah, so it's quite a simple one.
Yeah.
But, you know, the audience is going to watch that clip and they're not going to be any the wiser as to what is making that sound. They're just going to think that it is
I'm
a
sure
man
there's
walking
quite
on
a
the
few alternatives as well that you
Exactly.
can use for that. So we've got a different kind of walking footsteps now.
Still going to use our trusted cup.
So we've got some leaves on the ground now as opposed to snow.
And these are some cornflakes. So
nice.
Cereal is always good for Foley, any kind of food. So let's have a look at this clip.
Yeah, that sounds good. I like it.
Making a bit of a mess, but that's kind of what happens when you do Foley.
It's a bit messy, but at least you can be creative.
I like to get messy in the studio. It's all good.
Okay, so we've got a little bit of paper here now, and on the screen we have got some fire.
So yeah, you wouldn't expect this, but if you crackle this paper, it makes a sound kind of like a fire crackling. And now what we could do is we could get this sound effect, and then maybe get some more, build up on them, layer them up, and then we've got a really believable fire going.
Yeah, that's nice. I feel like I'm around the campfire.
Now, obviously, this is a technique that I've practiced this many years. So
is this one of your favourites?
Yeah, but I mean, if you're a newbie to Foley, then you might need a bit of practice before you can get up to that standard.
Okay.
On the other side of the elemental spectrum, we've done fire. Now we've got water.
Yes,
so this is just
wonderful.
a cup of water and a straw, and we're just going to give it a nice little blow. You ready?
Some bubbles. Yep. Oh, that's the best one yet. Of course, it actually is water, so it sounds realistic, but that sounds really good. That's nice. So we've got quickly just one final item is brushing teeth.
Yes. So all we've got here is a toothbrush and
let's quickly have a
toilet
go.
roll. Okay. So we're just going to brush it like that.
That's wonderful.
There you go.
Sounds really good.
It's
so
good,
we've got some great items here, and thank you so much, Sam, for talking us through them. Last week, we met up with budding young dancer Cassie to find out what inspires her to make it big in the movie industry and where she wants to be in the future. Our reporter asked her a few questions.
I'm Cassie Alexstrom, I'm 13 years old and I attend a performing arts school in London. I first became interested in dancing around the age of 3. I studied ballet, tap and jazz. Around 3 or 4 years ago, I then became interested in the more movie side of dance. Over the years, I've taken inspiration from many iconic dance films like Step Up and Bring It On. I aspire to combine my love for movie making and dancing into one. I feel like the dance and film industry is such a hard kind of place to break into, but I hope I can combine both of them successfully in the future. At the moment, I'm currently mainly focused on musical theatre, and I hope that's a way I can break into the film industry. I've been in Annie, and I've been looking at roles in Matilda and School of Rock, including many performances with my performing arts school. I take inspiration from Maddie Ziegler. She's the same age as me, and she's also a dancer and an actress, and she's currently just broken into the film industry. She's mostly well known for her appearance in dance films and has just starred in the new film Ballerina. I'm hoping one day I can make it as big as her. Thank you very much for having me.
Thanks, Cassie. We wish you all the best. We would love to see what fantastic movies you guys have made at home for a chance to be featured on next week's show. Make sure you send your films in to us at letsmakeamovie@fpstudios.com. That's all we've got time for today. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to watch next time, where we'll be looking at editing techniques and more special effects. Until then, goodbye.